It's good to finally talk to you, man. I heard a lot of great things about you.
Oh shit, that's usually I usually hear it the other way around.
That's actually I wanted to. The first question I want to ask you is, I keep hearing this. You are the most hated man in bodybuilding.
I don't think that that's true. Otherwise, I wouldn't have worked for Muscular Development Magazine for all those years. The reason why that came out is all because I think of the TLC shit, and then everybody thinking the arm with the synthol, and the whole balloon arm thing, and like, oh, he's a disgrace. Look at that. People think all us bodybuilders look like that. So I think that's what that stemmed from, but it's not true because wherever I go, I get greeted really well, and I'm good to people anyway. So if I was a prick, then I understand.
So you were banned from IFBB, is that correct?
I was banned from IFBB for 1 year because I blamed the IFBB judges for allowing female bodybuilding to get out of control. Like they're saying, oh, look at them. They look like men. They're too built. Oh, that's disgusting. We got to bring in women's physique and make it more pleasurable. And I said, well, why did you let it get out of control? So I wrote this whole article. Jim Manning got a little pissed off. He said that I was bashing the judging of the IFBB. But come on, guys. You built the Arnold Classic was built on the backs of some of the female bodybuilders, the Laura Cravels, the Tanya Knights, back in the day in the early 90s when those girls were competing and bringing crowds into the Arnold Classic as well. And then you cut it out and you add pole dancing. Dude, if I want to see a chick pole dancing, I want to see a G-string and I want to see bare titties and shit. I don't want to see some fucking girl with sneakers on and shorts doing like an aerobic fucking, look, I don't like that stuff mixed with my bodybuilding. You know what I mean? I don't buy bodybuilding magazines to see hot chicks. If I want that, I'll buy like Hustler or something. I buy bodybuilding magazines to see bodybuilding.
And how do you feel about basically IFBB discontinuing Miss Olympia Cup?
You know what I feel? I feel if they could do that to the female bodybuilders, eventually they could do that to the men. Because look what they're doing. They're sticking physique competitions, or now you got classic physique, which means it's closer to bodybuilding, but more that Frank Zane look and all that. And you see some of these guys, man, and they look really good. You're talking about the Bob Paris and the Lee Labrada and all those guys. They would have been in men's classic physique and they would have won. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of physiques. So what I'm saying is, if they could do that to the women, I feel they could do it to the men. So I say, just change the way the criteria of judging. This is not a bash on the IFBB. Start judging, the bigger guts, small, like Arnold said.
And unless we do something about where they stop just using guys with the thickest neck and the biggest muscle, but not look as pleasing.
The Mr. Olympia used to be over 200 and under 200. And in the over 200, if you watch Pumping Iron, they had like 3 or 4 guys, and everybody was in the under 200 class. Today, you can't even get 200. That's like that's physique shit. You know what I mean? These guys today at 5'2", okay, and I'm not breaking no hype barriers myself. I'm 5'6", but at 5'2", you get guys that are weighing like 220, 230, got to diet down into the 212 class. Franco Colombo was in the 160s. Lee Labrada was in the 170s. Danny Padilla was like in the 160s, 150s. Those kind of guys who had classic, beautiful physiques, they would get assassinated today, because they've let the physiques get out of control, and that's what I feel.
Do you think in some ways, like, people want to see mass monsters on stage? Or do you think it's kind of like something that people actually want to see?
I bring this up all the time. I say to let me ask you a question. If you want to say who's more developed, Phil Heath or Marcus Rule? Marcus Rule's more developed than Phil Heath. His body parts are ridiculously big. His traps are up to his ears. You know what I mean? His arms are twice the size, but he couldn't beat Phil Heath on his best day. But that's because you're talking about genetic structure and the beauty of the physique.
So do you think the size, the fact that now the bodybuilders are so big and the judging kind of like over the years, they got bigger and bigger and bigger, do you think that in a way is a demise of professional bodybuilding?
Yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I do think that I think that the size has affected, because back when Schwarzenegger was competing, guys wanted to look like that. Okay, guys were saying, "Wow, man, look at that. That looks fucking good." And chicks wanted to bang that. You know what I mean? If you showed a picture of Jay Cutler, like, most girls would be like,
no, I find him pretty disgusting.
He's too big.
A little too muscular.
He's really big, and I feel like he would crush me.
Then you show him Sadiq, then he'd be like, well, I'd fucking bang that. You know what I mean? I just think that the classic physique is actually going to, the next Arnold Schwarzenegger, the next real star that maybe goes into movies and everything is going to come out of classic physique, I think, or physique, because bodybuilding, nobody. What are you gonna? How are you gonna have Jay Cutler play a superhero? And it ain't happening. You ever see these guys that can't even walk right?
It's funny. I think a lot of people might find it crazy that you say that because you yourself, at one point, got your arms so big. They were the biggest arms in the world.
Well, I'm a retard. Who the fuck follows what the hell? I'm a Momo. You don't want to do what I do. Nobody wants to do what I do. You know, and I said, don't look like me. Who the fuck? I look like Uncle Fester on steroids. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I look good. You think I look good? Fuck that. I look like shit. But I know that. You know, I mean, I went too far. I was, and I wasn't just big arms. I mean, my shoulders, everything. I was a big guy. If guys saw me in person, I asked Victor. I was fucking wide, bro. I was like a little big Rammy. You know what I'm saying? I was everything, but the people knew me for the arms. And I hate that synthol shit. Oh, you have no idea.
I hear you, Greg. Well, you definitely are a legend, man. I want people to watch your show starting next week. We're gonna premiere our first episode. I think it's gonna be a hit.
Thank you, Vlad. Vlad, anytime, man. I'll come on here. I'll give you so many stories. Like I said, you can sit back, get a coffee, do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? Text your girl. Oh shit, this guy don't shut up. He keeps talking. Whatever, you know. But I got plenty of stories, believe me. But everybody, I want you to watch those stories because if you like my shit and you like my stories, there you go. Go to Generation Iron, watch them. Believe me, you'll love it. You know, if you don't like me, think I'm an asshole, watch it anyway. Stop fucking around. Samir, get over here and smack him in the face. So Samir Banu comes over and he smacks him in the face like this. So now he goes, oh, come on, what the fuck was that? Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Smack me in the fucking face like a man. And Peter goes, you're a pussy. You're a fucking pussy, Banu. All of a sudden, the one spotting, David, sees Mike Christian in the background, right? And he goes, hey, Christian! And he was a bad dude, Christian, right? Come on, hit him, hit me, come on, show Banu the pussy how to smack me. And Christian just walks over and goes, bang! But I honestly think that like a Rich Piana, is more popular on the internet wise, and even a Fletcher, CT Fletcher, because I think people are starting to like the personality of these guys. You know, if you have Phil Heath on, he'll sit and he'll talk, and he's he's kind of he's a nice guy, he's smart, but he's not charismatic.